Good Tuesday evening to you, friends and neighbors. How are you? It is good to see you, and it is good to be seen by you. Or if you don't live in Louisiana, it is good to see you, Swamp. How are you? I, of course, am Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, coming to you live, loud and clear on a Tuesday evening. And welcome. Welcome, everybody. It's Tuesday, and maybe in your world that's not something to get excited about, but I think we do something pretty special around these parts that hopefully you guys are going to find is fairly enjoyable because we're going to be playing some first edition advanced Dungeons and Dragons tonight. And if the idea of sitting and watching a tabletop role playing game being played in front of you seems about as interesting as watching paint dry, let me ask you a favor. Let me ask you a favor. You've made it this far in. You've watched the awesome credits by video by myself, but the music by my friends Bards of Greyhawk. You've seen the classic D&D books on display. I think you can probably get a feel for what is about to happen next. So, to that end, let me suggest click the subscribe button, click the bell icon for notifications, and find out a little bit about what we're all about here. Before I get into the AD&D play, I do want to address a little something. This wasn't a huge deal. It was more of a dough. That's kind of funny. In case you don't know, and if people's reactions and comments are anything to go by, I think a lot of you might not know. Monday's live streams now start at 6. We do a late Monday afternoon live stream is how we go now because of other scheduling considerations that I have on Monday. And that's not like a ripple effect change. Like, it's not like, well, we start at 6 and then we'll start today at 7. No. It's just Mondays. So to that end, I run at 6. Last night when the stream was over and we went for a good hour and 40 minutes, I answered your questions. I caught you guys up on what was happening. I wrapped up the show. I shut everything down except the StreamYard live stream. Cameras were off, sound was off, everything was down over here. And then when I realized that, I went, oh goodness. And then I came over and I shut it down. I did not go to YouTube to see, but I did see some comments after the fact. I guess some folks came in and they were like, well, I guess Bill's not starting a show. Maybe there's a technical problem. And there was a technical problem, but it was not preventing me from starting a show. It was a hiccup on my part, a little mental oopsie that caused me to forget to shut down the show. And some folks were speculating, like, maybe I decided not to do it or something like that. No. Let me reiterate. Monday live streams are earlier now. You didn't miss anything. All you got to do in that case is just zip the thing all the way back to the beginning and you can start watching. Now, I've already gone into YouTube video and sliced out the big chunk of time. So if you go watch the live stream, you're not like, ugh, it's 2 hours and 40 minutes. No, it's like an hour and 40 minutes. That hour of black screen, I sliced out and threw away. So it's all taken care of. It's all taken care of. So I hope that clears up any confusion. Good evening, Jorge Uribe, Rory, David Mills, Gonzalo Lira's Bar Tab, Zachary Melvin, Doc Flamingo, Kanek, FMCS, Recon, David Mills. Yes, there's a show tonight. Don't be ridiculous. So we have a good a good bunch of gamers that are going to be joining us here in just a little bit. So let me tell you a little bit about how we do and why it might be worth your time, technical issues notwithstanding, why it might be worth your time to click on the old subscribatron over yonder. Um, Maybe you're thinking Bill's going for that weird kind of, critical role kind of thing, like he's trying to pin down a corner there that's already largely been occupied. Um, that's not the case. That's not the case because you see, here's the thing. Yes, we're going to play a TTRPG, but I want you guys to engage with it. I want you, if you have a question, maybe you've never played first edition AD&D and you want to learn how, or are just curious about it. Maybe you played a long time ago and you're just coming back up to speed. Maybe you play currently and are wondering about some of the slight massaging that I do to the rules to really make the game my own. Here's the thing. Here's my word as bond to you guys. If you have a question about it, I want you to feel free to ask in the live chat. I want you to ask that question. I will do my level best to answer your question. As it's, if your question is, Bill, would you please read the first 10 entries in the monster manual? I will answer your question. No, I will not. But, if you've got a question about the rules, if you've got a question about the characters, if you've got a question about the scenario that I can answer without giving the players too much information going ahead, ask that question and I will answer it for you. Okay? This is not like if you're watching this on your TV, which apparently some people do, it's your chance to talk at your TV and your TV to talk back to you. All right? It's what we used to dream of when we were kids back in the 70s, right? But if by chance I miss your question, or maybe I don't know the answer, it is possible one of my players will A, alert me to the question, or B, might have the answer. Maybe you directed a question right at them and you're just like, I'm pushing past you, Dungeon Delver. I want to talk to Kevin. I want to talk to Tim. I want to talk to Doomsword. I want to talk to Thane Kyle. Maybe that's your jam. Go right ahead. But also, it could be, again, that I missed your question. And folks, this is the cool part. Somebody in the audience, in the live chat, they may answer your question also. And that is because I have the best looking and the smartest audience of all of the 5-night-a-week first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons live stream shows on YouTube. That's right. And I'll kill on that hill. So you feel free to ask questions. Don't just think this is something you just sit and stare at for an hour and 45 minutes. Okay? I want you guys to have as much fun as I'm having. Have as much fun as you legally can with your clothes on. Or don't if you're by yourself in your house. I don't care, but don't tell me about it, please. But anyway, we've got a couple of more shows this week. We got tomorrow night. I will let you guys know in advance if Kyle's going to be with us. This is the international sign for Kyle being with us. Thursday, there is no live stream. I know. I said last night there would be a live stream. I was calendarizing completely wrong. Have a little event I must celebrate the anniversary of, shall we say, on Thursday. But Friday, we will be back. We will be playing some classic Gamma World. Same format as we do here when we play D&D. So I am completely stoked for the rest of the week because we're going to have a lot of fun. Can I do a deep dive of the adventure module up the garden path? Yes, I've been intending to, north of the Rockies. I've been intending to. I have a PDF of it. I encourage you all to seek out ST1 Up the Garden Path in PDF form. Do not pay the thousands of dollars that people are asking for it. It is not worth it. It's not worth it. It's horrible. It's horrible on many levels. So, let's not worry about that. Let's not worry about anything because we're going to play D&D for a couple of hours with a great group of players, smart and intelligent people. I don't care what y'all said about them last night. I'm going to put on my headphones here if I can disentangle them from my foot. That's not where they should be. And please let us welcome our group of groovy gamers, because they're pretty awesome. I like these guys a lot. First of all, let us bid welcome to a guy. He's got his own YouTube channel here, by the way. You should definitely check it out. Content is slowly, carefully being curated and placed on it. He's an awesome dude. He's playing our Paladin of Pulchritude. Everybody, please welcome Doomsword Deathmaster as the one and only Durek Donagard. Dooms? You are muted, my friend. Uh-oh. Well, we'll have to get your audio going. Next up is a guy. Let's roll the dice and see if this fellow also has audio problems. But my next player, he also has a YouTube channel that is awesome and great to look at. I can hear you typing, Dooms.
Yeah, it should be.
All right, there you go. He also has a YouTube channel. He is Timothy. He is at Timothy Imhole here on YouTube. Fantastic stuff. It's all over the place, but it is so wonderfully good. Everybody, please welcome Dr. Timothy M. Holt as Elminar.
Hey, everybody. Tonight we promise to play by the rules of the ancient philosopher Socrates, who once said, I drink what?
All right. Next up, I've got the YouTube power trio in tonight. Next up, back from his one night only appearance in Reno, Nevada. Everybody, please welcome. You know him as Thane Kyle. We know him as Holder, and you can find him here on YouTube at D and Disability. Another amazing, fantastic channel. How you doing, TK?
Just got the shorter of the two academic videos done, so
woohoo!
What you look forward to this week.
Looking forward those guys. Subscribe to that channel at D and Disability. It is right there on the screen. And if you thought I was done, if you thought I was finished, if you thought you're getting off easily tonight, no. Kevin is whiling away the evening in the electron mines out there in his neck of the woods. Hopefully he'll be joining us a little later. And you might think, Bill, you got 3 players. You're going to roll with 3 players. That's pretty cool. Wrong! I got 4. This is a cat who is probably one of the earliest of cheerleaders for this show. You've seen him on here before, and it is my pleasure and my privilege to welcome back the one and only Tonka Todd as the dude.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
How are you doing, my friend?
Man, I'm telling you, if I was doing any better, I'd have to clone myself.
Absolutely. If you were doing any better, you'd be a controlled substance.
That's right.
So Todd will be joining us tonight for a little first edition AD&D, and hopefully I won't off too many of his characters and make him leave. But anyway, gentlemen, enough of my prattle. Last week, the party had smashed their way into the Slaver's Stockade. You had taken an entire wing by force, and through use of magic spells and force of arms, you have slain the hobgoblins and the gnolls that have dared to come looking for you all. Taking a moment to catch your breath, standing there in the halls, the ring of steel upon steel still echoing in your ears, the smell of the expenditure of magic energies and the roasting of hobgoblins and gnolls. You are in the northern portion of the aforementioned Slaver's Stockade. Gentlemen, what is your intention?
Did we end up searching those guys and that shaman?
We have not searched the bodies.
You have
to my
not
knowledge.
searched them. We paused right at the end of the battle.
Right. And just a tiny bit of business. I think we've agreed to give a potion of hill giant strength to Paul.
Okay.
And a potion of speed to Derek. And
Okay.
a potion of diminution and flying or oil of I can't remember. Whatever.
The oil of etherealness and potion of flying was to Elminar.
Okay, so I'm gonna take them off this treasure sheet. Okay.
Alrighty, that is absolutely fine.
And hill giant strength to Paul.
All right. Do you tell him what it is or just hand it to him? Good luck.
Yeah. Paul, you have proven your strength in battle. This shall serve
Smash
you well.
puny goblin, yes.
The gates, bars, doors, all of it. You will blast through it as if the gods are at your back.
He raises an eyebrow and says, I shall save it for the most critical of moments.
Choose wisely.
All right. So let's see. Just trying to figure out why those words didn't match up with the. Here we go. All right. So regarding that whom you slew. So from them, from the hobgoblins, you collect a few loose coins totaling 27 gold. And the spellcaster who is amongst them, the spellcasting hobgoblin, you have collected, let me see here. I'm going to zoom in. My old eyes ain't what they used to be. He has an unholy symbol. Well, holy to them. He is carrying a rather large and impressive looking mace. He is wearing plate mail. And he has 8 platinum pieces in a pouch.
Anyone got to detect magic for that mace and plate mail?
Since I was asked to handle his character, oh, there you are. I didn't. My apologies there, TK. I didn't realize you'd slipped off. Okay.
It happens. It happens.
All right. So you're back. All right. So
Yeah,
go ahead.
I got one if needed.
Let me.
So if he doesn't want to spend it, I got it.
Yes. So I am taking care of Kevin's character, and Let me have a quick gander. And I will let you guys know, I do not think he currently has it memorized, even if he has it in his spell book.
As I said, I got it.
Okay. Correct. He does not have it memorized. So, if you wish to cast it, you may go right ahead.
For the party, do we just want to take it with us and then check all at once, or do you want to, or do you just want me to check it now? Your call. I got one, so you get one.
Let's take it with us and keep it for a bit, and perhaps we'll have other things to check as well.
My concern is that it weighs 400 or 500 coins. Who shall carry that? The plate mail, that is.
Oh, that's a fair question. If you want to
we
haul,
can go out of our way.
I thought you were just
It's
referring to
worthwhile.
the mace.
I figured both.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and cast. I doubt the arm. I seriously doubt the.
Okay. Now, I will point this out. Your detect magic will last for a full turn. So.
But.
No, I understand. I understand. So nothing on any of the hobgoblins, including the mail or the mace, detect as magic.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Bub kiss, guys.
Well, we have 10 minutes of killing to do.
All right. So if you guys remember last week, an escaped slave had wrenched open the door to your readout there in the middle of the wing of the hill fort that you were hiding in. As it happens, he's an adventuresome type of a bit of skill. So why don't you tell us a bit about him, Todd?
Well, he goes by many names. He is known as the Crown Prince of Pantaloons. Others know him as the Stealer of Hearts. You may know him as Frederick Indingo Jorge Smith, but you can call him the Dude.
The Dude. All
He's
right.
5 foot and some change, very, very dapper with his hair, and he likes to acquire things.
Well, the Dude's hair may be coiffed immaculately. The Dude may need some various bits of equipment. As again, escaped slave. They didn't let you have much. Fortunately, there are ample weapons, bits of armor, and so on and etc. Plus some odds and ends in the storeroom if you wish to equip yourself there.
There's a mace right there with some plate mail.
My character is a thief, so I know there's got to be some leather lying around here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that you're a failed bard.
Yes. I have been known to put the hat down in taverns and share my beautiful poetry and sing my very beautiful, very original songs for a few coin. Yes.
And you will travel with us and slay evil, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
If
you have
need
a particular hatred for these slavers. There, the Dude. So
We are accustomed to rescuing slavers and returning them from whence they came. However, if you are stalwart enough to follow with this group, I shall leave it to my companions. Of course, the standard rules apply. You will receive your cut. And should you take anything additional, Well, we'll just see about that.
Paul comments, all right, everyone, buckle your pantaloons closed and keep an eye on your wallets. No thief in the party.
Leave it to you to bring some hilarity to an otherwise grim situation, Paul.
All right, so for those of you at home who are not exactly sure where we are, and to kind of refresh the players a little bit, let me see if we can get a good camera view of the table. The party is currently located there in the north-south hallway in the center of your screen. And we can pop over here for kind of an isometric view. You guys are right there at the corner. And I think we even have table cam working tonight. Yes, but not exactly pointing where I need it to. So anyway, that should give you guys an idea of where you're going to go. And that then brings up the question, where are you going to go?
Well, what is the plan? I understand you've expended most of your magics.
I'm down to a level 1 spell and a single level 3 spell I can cast without rest.
Well, if we do not delay any longer,
We lost your audio there, Thane.
testing 1, 2.
Yeah, we got you back.
Okay. If we do not delay further, I still have magic and to spare. I know we kind of blew a lot of our flashy spells on that encounter. I still have Sticks to Snakes, my Hold Persons, Continual Light, Prayer, all that kind of stuff. So.
Very well.
Plus Cure Light Wound.
The gates of Hells. We must strike while the iron is hot. Plus, we have cleared this place before. We should see if there are any stragglers remaining behind, or perhaps reinforcements. A shaman is something new.
That's true. That's true. I did last time silence said.
All right, so by the way, Todd, for the dude, Don Drexel, who will otherwise be strangely silent tonight unless he's casting a spell, Don Drexel offers to share his thieving tools with you, and he says, but I'm going to want all of those back.
Of course.
As far as equipment, you can find and adjust a well-fitting, if ill-smelling, set of leather armor and a short sword easily enough.
Well, you know, Bill, the girls love the musk, so the smelly armor really adds to his persona.
There you go. There you go. I think that's one of those. There was a big YouTube sponsor a couple of years ago where you get like a man kit, just a monthly man kit, and like soap that smelled like wood smoke and pine tar and stuff like that. So I would imagine that the dude probably has a subscription to that back in the Vesive or wherever he's from. With a troglodyte senate. It brings the ladies to their knees because they can physically not stand it.
There was an upgrade that made you smell like a Kender.
So that just attracts Vorpal beholders, though. You got to be careful with that in my campaign setting. All right, so you get your new erstwhile ally equipped up, and where are you guys heading?
I believe we were heading down the hall. There's a turn off to the right, if I remember correctly.
I will. Let's see. What is a good? We'll go tripod cam. So yes, you have a couple of rooms on your right as you head west. And there is a hallway on the left. I'm going to move my smiling face here. Just a second. Let me get to the right application. I was wondering why I wasn't able to slide my camera, because, silly me, I was in the wrong thing. So you've got a hallway to the left and a hallway to the right. And of course you can go straight ahead, but that just leads to apparently a dead end.
We should clear these rooms on the right so nothing is behind us as we make our way back around.
I believe that's a wise choice, and we shall make haste, if that is all right with you.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, so the doors are essentially as they appear. They're ill-maintained and have been pulled off. The rooms appear to be infrequently used. There are cots and rucks scattered here and about on the floor. But you remember, Durek, having been here before and seen this before, this was a much more trafficked area of the hill fort before the last time you guys came through. It doesn't appear to have changed much since you last left. In fact, you think you recognize your boot print on the door on the right in the northmost end of the hallway. Let's see. Retro Wizard wants my DM screen. I'm sorry. This one is mine. You know what you can do? Do a print screen, and then some Photoshoppery, and you can just print it right out and have one of your own. So yeah, this is all somewhat disused and empty. If it looks like it's been used by anyone, it would appear to be the Knolls, because stuff is very disorganized here.
It appears we have encountered simply a patrol.
All right, so whither goest thou next?
Should make our way down the hallway to the left and clear that room in the back.
Okay. So the door is closed, but again, this is, you just kind of got to put your shoulder to it and force it open. There's a few beds in here. It's a little bit better appointed than the other rooms, perhaps higher ranking Knolls or even a bugbear encamped here. In the northwest corner of the room, though, is a garderobe. And Dooms, do you, if you recall, well, do you recall anything about that garderobe? Let me ask you that.
It rings a bell, but
Okay,
I cannot.
that's fine. All right.
Did it not have an exit coming out of it or something going up?
That is correct. That is correct. The shelves in the back of the garderobe can be used as a ladder, and there is a false chimney at the top that you can move out of the way, and that will put you up on the roof.
Right, and we had towers spread kind of haphazardly around the location where we could actually see the sentries with the missile weapons and whatnot.
Yes.
If I recall. Hey, the dude. Strange
Yeah.
name that. Why don't you climb up there and take a look if you're feeling up to it?
Okay, I tell you what, I'll climb up there. You start praying.
I pray daily, all day.
Well,
Sometimes silently, sometimes aloud.
well, you're going to need to do all the above. Here we go.
All right. So no climbing check is needed. Anyone could use the shelves as ladder rungs and reach the top. Having had this hatchway pointed out to you, you can now see, yes, there it is. And do you do you wish to open it?
I would like to check it for traps first.
Alrighty, let's have a gander then. Do you find any traps? Where is my dice roller? Here we go. All right. You inspect it carefully and you are 100% sure that it is not trapped.
Well, guys, I just saved your lives. Somebody trapped this door, but with my skill and expertise, I have alleviated the trap of this door. It's safe, Paladin. You can head on up.
You're muted, Dooms, if you're talking.
No, apologies. Someone was talking to me.
That's okay. That's entirely all right.
Yes, well done. Did you have a question?
He said that he had climbed up to the roof of the garderobe, checked the false chimney door in the top of it, and had not detected any traps. And that you were free to go up and open the door now if you wanted.
I believe that's your job. That was part of the instructions, good sir.
Well, I mean, if there's something up there, though, wouldn't it make more sense for it to face the holy might of you instead of something as insignificant as me? Of course. Go forth in the name of thy God and slay, I say.
Yes, but you can hide. I refuse to hide. If I climb up onto the roof, then I will be a target. Until I am able to charge my way across in glory and slay all who defy me.
Yes, verily, verily. You know, in the next town, you could preach and I'll take up the offering. That sounds like a great plan.
Bill, I think being disability is trying to get back in.
Yeah. I was just pinging him actually. Let's see. And of course, there we go.
Yeah, I'm
All
back as soon as I drop. I'll be right back in. I promise.
No, that's fine. And as soon as I started saying, "Dude, is everything okay?" Like typing it to you and be a PM.
No. Just if I drop again, just wait to re-add me.
Fair enough. I will have my mouse in place. Okay, so the back and forth, gentlemen. What do?
Okay. Are we sending our erstwhile companion loftward?
He had gone up and checked the false chimney escape hatch for traps, came back down and reported there were no traps, and then suggested that Durek could go up and force the door open. And then they were having a little bit of back and forth. So, what to do now, adventurers?
I'm not the right person for that job, so someone with armor should do this.
Yeah, Durek. Sorry, bud, but when needs must, the devil abides.
Paul says, respectfully, I've been stabbed ample number of times. Looks over at Don Drexel and says, Don Drexel? He goes,
You whine, but you are still alive.
I am still alive. You speak no untruth, good Sir Mage. Don Drexel points at his head and says, "This is full of spells. I don't want it full of arrows."
How far down is Paul? Do we know?
Paul, I think Paul was down pretty low. He was in single digits territory.
Yeah, but he had two drinks from potions, I think.
That's right. He took 2 sips of potion of extra healing, and that brought him back up some. Rory asking what the dude's AC is. With leather armor and no shield, it is, I believe, 6. Unless there's also a dex bonus, which I actually need to check. I need to look at your character sheet.
Leather armor and no shield is 8, and with dex is 7. Unless I'm mistaken, but
you are not. You are not mistaken. All right, so
now if you want to give him studded leather instead, well,
no hobgoblins had what they had. I have spoken.
Frederick Inigo, I've tried to be polite. You must make your way up the chimney.
Very well. So he makes really sad faces at the group as he very sadly climbs up, and he'll open the secret door.
Do you do it sadly?
I do.
Okay. Mournfully, even. All right. So you open the door. It is late afternoon. The sun is setting to the left of where you're opening the door. There are humanoids walking along the walls. You don't quite recognize this because primarily you are you basically were brought here blindfolded. Like you and your other the fellows that were captured were brought here in a confused state, as was the wont of the villains that captured you. So this is all rather new to you, but it tracks with your kind of innate sense of what's inside a building and what's outside of a building. The nearest guards to you, nearer my guard to thee, that's one of my favorite hymns. The nearest guard to you sees you, but is caught by total surprise. You have completely surprised the fellow. So you have a full 2 segments. Well, actually, let's see if you were surprised before I just go ahead and make that arbitrary decision.
No, you said.
Okay, you are both surprised totally, so there is no... the surprise effectively cancels it out. He kind of peers at you, popping your head up.
And I'll look at him and say, "Oh, hello there. I was sent to be entertainment. I know a few songs, some poems to recite, possibly."
Okay, let me look at how far away they would be. Where are my maps for this? Come along. Ah, there we go. We're on page. There we go. Okay, so you've poked your head up. The guards are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. You do have to raise your voice. The gnoll that has spotted you and elbows his friend and looks at you. Kind of tilts his head back and forth and grumbles something loudly back at you in Gnollish. And he chatters to his friend and points back at you. And so what do you wish to do?
I pick out my trusty air guitar, my air lyre, if you will.
Air lyre, thank you.
Yes,
we must
air
maintain
lyre.
verisimilitude.
And I will start making my way up out of the up out of the hole there to get up on the roof, trying to play this air lyre, and I will sing to them a love song in their language, which I do not know. So I'm just going to growl, bark, yip, and howl, and dance to try to gain their attention. And I'm going to try to sing loudly enough to get those two guys' attention, but not alert everybody on the roof.
Just kind of making random noises. I love it. So let's see. Your charisma's 12. That affords you no particular bonus or malice. Those of you down on the floor, hear this, because he's talking loud enough to be heard 60 feet away, and you watch as he disappears up and proceeds to yip and bark and growl. Do you close the hatch behind you?
No, I'll leave it open.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were asking me. Yes, close the hatch and leave.
Clunk.
Or leave it open and leave. Either way.
Bolt.
That was easy enough to deal with.
Okay. So yeah, they're watching you kind of from the inner rampart.
As much as I might recommend, this is just to the rest of the party. As much as I might recommend, we might not want to leave someone we've just rescued out to dry.
Yes, of course.
You probably should have gone up first, there, Dooms.
And what? And seen the enemies?
Yes.
And ran?
Yes.
Ah.
Well,
When I see
run
enemies,
towards
I
them.
slay.
Exactly.
I trust
Slay
my
them,
God's
run towards
power.
them.
Along the roof.
It's
Well, one of us has to go up and help, and I am almost out of spells, so.
Well, I'm quite certain he can come back down if he went in.
It's at this point you guys start hearing me sing, where are you tonight? Why have you left me here all alone?
Paul's eyes are bugging out. He's like, are we really going to let that little fool potentially give us away? We have to go.
Apparently that is what has happened, Paul.
Have to retrieve him.
I'll come
This
up
is
right
what I meant
behind
about
you.
taking extra. Extra is not always coin. I'll go up.
All right, so Tim said he was going up. You're right behind Elminar. Elminar, you come out and observe the strangest thing. Your new boon companion is strumming along, and there are two gnolls kind of standing there. They've walked to the edge of the rampart and sat down and are kind of watching you. So you come out and they point at you and they growl something at you in presumably Gnollish. What do you do?
I'm going to wave at them and say, arf, arf, woof, arf.
Okay.
Very nicely said, sir. Very nicely
I don't
said.
know what it means.
That's highly offensive.
It might very well be.
All right. Yeah, they leap to their feet and grab their bows. They're knocking arrows.
Holder is back. D and Disability's back.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well then I'm going to have to shoot magic missile, but I want to shoot the guy right in the nards.
Alrighty, Nard targeting magic missile. So up there, I'm sorry. Yes, D and Disability.
No, I was.
Oh, we lost your audio again.
We'll just assume he's coming up the ladder right behind us.
Yeah, testing 1, 2.
Yeah,
You're
you're
back.
Okay. Yeah, right before I dropped, I was about to go up the chimney since nobody else was going to go and cast Hold Person.
Okay, so basically we have Elminar has come up the chimney. He is preparing a spell. Durek, you see Elminar preparing a spell as you're coming up the chimney. Holder is coming up the chimney, And from below you, you hear Don Drexel say, I'll make sure they don't come up behind us. Paul and I will. So, but if you do need us, yell. I have a method. I have a way I can deal with them. So yeah, they're grabbing their bows as you are coming up, Durek. Let's get declarations. What is Durek doing? They are about 60 feet away on a rampart that is an additional 10 feet up from the edge of the buildings in the stockade.
Okay, so is there like a parallel walkway along that rampart that I can go up towards them to at least get close? So they, if I'm imagining it right, I would walk down, they'd be up on the rampart, and I'd be a little bit lower than them, standing on my feet, right? Or no?
That is correct. There's not like a ramp or anything on this side. It looks like the rampart is reached like through the curtain wall and so on and etc. Or
Sure.
not the curtain wall, the gatehouse. The gatehouse.
I just wanted to make sure that I could make it to them.
I mean,
without walking on tiles and shakes and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can get to where they're standing, but again, they'll be 10 feet above you.
We do have a potion of flying. Welcome to use it.
Right, so they'll be 10 feet above me.
Yes.
That's okay. I want to do that, please.
Okay. All right, so you're going to advance the 60 feet. Elminar is casting Magic Missile at Nolnards. The dude, what are you doing at this point?
The dude is a lover, not a fighter. And so...
Is he a lover of fighting?
And so he is going to do all that he can to maintain the attention of the two gnolls, and we're resorting to doing really bad magic tricks. He is removing his finger and putting it back on.
Ooh. Okay. In the dude's defense, this is not the worst reception a performance of yours has ever gotten. Holder, you will be up on the roof in the next round. However, if you would please, so you're not sitting like a lump on a log, go ahead and roll initiative for us, please.
No worries, Bill. I am accustomed to sitting like a bump on the log with this character, which is fine.
That's okay.
That's a 4.
Pretty good roll.
Just ever so slightly like on to the higher edge of average.
Hey, we usually get 1s at this point, so let's.
Okay.
Well, Bill beat us, but.
Well, I got a 5. All right, here we go.
I got a beverage, man.
So do I. I'm on my second martini.
Beverage here, man. All right, Tim, unfortunately, your magic missile spell is spoilt as you absorb a cloth yard shaft for 3 points of damage. The second, however, does sail right over your head, probably because you were doubled over in pain from the first one. All right, so Durek, you move all the way over. They see you walking over and are pointing their bows down at you. And their second arrow shot, that absolutely misses. What is your shieldless armor class for Durek, please?
Yeah, shieldless is 2, and of course I've got protection from evil.
Oh yeah, and I forget about that Rassafressin protection from evil. Okay. I don't think the 14 would have gotten you, but of course it would behoove me, because I would check for you guys. It would behoove me to check on our matrix. For those of you who say, "Oh, I can't play first edition. I could never go back to THACO." Fear not. We have tables. We have tables and charts. So 14. That one thuds right in. Wait, your armor class 2? That one thuds right into you.
All right.
Damn it, no. Protection from evil. It does not. It thuds into the roof next to you. Your god kind of nudged it out of the way. Okay, so their second arrows have gone off. Holder, you are planning on casting Hold Person in this round, correct?
How many targets do I have visibility on?
There are 2, but there are others along the parapet that have taken notice.
Okay. What is the range of those others? This matters.
Yes, it certainly does. Let's have a look-see, because they were at other guard posts. They are, there are a couple to the north, a couple to the south. They are 60 feet in either direction.
Hold Person doesn't have that kind of range.
Area
Trying
of
to get
effect 1 to 3 creatures. Range is 60 feet, so you can hit them from where you are. Let's take a look at the map.
How are they clustered?
They're standing fairly close together, so let's see. That's there.
But I mean, pairs,
Pairs.
quartet.
Pairs. So you have 2 in front of you, 2 to the north of them, 2 to the south of them.
Well, and we're technically outside, right?
You are outside. That is a fine
So
observation.
My range with sticks.
Bring
to
the
snakes,
thunder.
My range with sticks to snakes becomes 40 yards.
Uh-huh.
But I think I will go ahead and just, since it's just pairs, I'll go ahead and just use Hold Person, and I don't have to Hold Person in a cluster. I can do 2 within range and then 1 on the other side, right?
That is correct. That is correct. Now the question is, does Hold Person get gnolls? Yes, it does. Creatures affected
Gnolls
by
are
a Hold
people,
Person
too.
spell are brownies, dryads, dwarves, elves, gnolls, gnomes, goblins, half-elves, halflings, half-orcs, hobgoblins, humans, kobolds, lizardmen, nixies, orcs, pixies, sprites, and troglodytes. So it sounds like a 60s psychedelia band's album, Pixie Sprites and Troglodytes. Like you'd hear early Pink Floyd track. All right, so yes. Do you want to get your third to the north or third to the south?
6 of one, half a dozen of another. So let's say north.
Okay. Alrighty, so you're casting that. Tim, does Elminar wish to try and get some revenge for being stuck with an arrow, since you're now in a much more target-rich environment?
Yes, magic missile to the nards, man.
Magic missile to the nards. Okay. Durek, you are 10 feet beneath them. What do you wish to do?
If one of you curs is less cowardly than the other, come down and fight me.
If the hyena men don't laugh, mock.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and roll initiative. Thane rolled it last time, so we'll come back around. Doomsword, roll initiative. Oh, I'm sorry. Todd, I know you say lover, not a fighter. Is there anything that the dude wishes to do in this round?
The dude wishes to, while dancing a merry jig, howling and yipping and barking in what he assumes is the Gnoll language, he's going to start making his way back over to the hutch, and he's going to try to, with his dance moves, point to the hutch like, okay, guys, let's get out of here.
All right. Okay. Now, Dooms, roll initiative for us, please. I got a 5 again. And you guys got a 6. I know Tim has been dying for this, so Tim, go ahead and cry havoc and let fly the magic missile of Nards.
Roll for Nards.
And that is, because I don't have this up, 3d4 is 6. That becomes 9. That very effectively removes one of the gnolls from the equation via the Nards, if you wish. So he is blasted. Let's see. Dooms, the other one doesn't react. He is just taking an arrow shot at the dude this time. However, hold person, or in this case, holder person. Hold person. I lost my page. Do you know how many segments that is to cast?
He dropped off again. He might be in the green room.
He is not in the green room yet. But I can see, however, here it is.
It's 5
time.
segments.
5 segments. Thank you. Okay, so 5 segments. Holder's not getting an arrow shot at him. This one is being shot at the dude. They're really unhappy with you.
Always leave them wanting more is what I say.
Or in this case, perhaps less. All right, so here we go. Arrow shot.
Any advice for how to kill an internet service provider?
I don't know, maybe you drop and do the worm, and maybe you do a split. I'm not sure, but that arrow just arcs right over you.
He was befuddled by my mad dancing skills.
Yes,
It was the moonwalk
exactly.
that threw him, man.
It's like an observational version of Otto's irresistible dance. Okay, so here we go. 3 saving rolls for the gnolls. We will start with a fellow up north. He saves. The fellow in the middle, he saves. All right, so the gnolls both saved, and he fires his second arrow.
What about the third one?
One of them was slain. Tim blasted a magic missile through him.
Never mind.
Although, yeah. So yeah.
Unless I could target
Zach.
another one, but that's fine.
Yeah, I'll allow it. So one to the south, because it was one in the middle that ate the magic missile. He does not save, so you did hold one. All right.
Okay, 1 for 3.
And that, let's see. I missed with the arrow. His second arrow also misses you. Well, wait. Said it misses you, but now let's double check. 2, that was a 10. No, sorry. That one actually did get you, the dude. For 6. Thunk. Again, despite the bite of the arrow, the pain that it causes, you are absolutely certain that this is not the worst reception to your performance you've ever had. Okay. Gentlemen, it's a new round. Don Drexel calls up, "How's it going up there?"
Fine.
Find a bow and get up here, please.
I can't use those. Paul, you have a crossbow? You don't hear what Paul says in response. Okay. So,
I'm sure we can all come to a peaceful resolution if we get back in the building.
Okay. What are our plans? Derek, what are you doing? The Knoll is responding to your challenge by drawing another couple of arrows and pointing his bow down at you.
Good. So does this rampart, does it have crenellations around it?
Not on this side, no. It's just a simple wooden platform.
Right, so there's really no way for me to get up there.
No.
Okay.
I mean,
well,
you have a...
I'll just,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to...
Yeah, go. Yeah, I'm just going to cover myself with my shield and take the arrow shots and distract them from my friends.
Okay. So seeing you as the closer target, you are actually going to be drawing some arrow fire in the new round. Tim, what is Elminar doing?
I have one spell left without rest, and we're actually in a position where I could use it targeting the two that are not under the hold person. One of the groups of two that are not the one that's not under hold person. I can use lightning bolt.
You gonna fork it and zap two of them?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so lightning bolt from Elminar. Durek is trying to distract Bowman. The dude is trying to get everybody to come back down. Holder is desperately trying to get people to stop fighting. Any other action from Holder?
I'm going to physically impose my...
No, we lost your audio. You're going to physically impose yourself where?
Archers.
We lost your audio completely. You're going to physically impose yourself where?
Testing 1 2.
We got you.
You're here.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Excellent. Okay, good. Between the dude and the archers.
Okay. All right. You're covering the dude, which is good because you definitely have the armor for it. You see, Paul is at this point. You can see his head and shoulders, and he's got his light crossbow. So let's go ahead and roll initiative. And Tim, it is your turn to roll initiative for the party. 6. All right. 5.
Nice.
Yang Yenzel says, please add a beholder to the...
Don't give him ideas, please.
I am not afraid to pick the pocket of the beholder as long as he's wearing pants.
What would beholder pants look like? It'd just be this hemispherical... with like a belt just below his chin.
Think Homer Simpson without the legs.
Yeah, I always thought beholders would wear overalls.
I can see that. Tim may have just inadvertently invented a new monster. It's a behomer.
Homer.
Just floats through the dungeon, bumping into walls. Don't!
He's looking for donuts.
How many do you think he can carry per eye stock?
Depends on the donut.
All right, so thank you again for the super, Yang. I really appreciate that. Party goes first. Lightning bolt is a 3-segment spell. Arrows are being fired. Holder, you impose yourself. If any arrows were being fired at you, you would absolutely take those. Paul is going to cut loose with his light crossbow first, since he had it cocked and ready. By the way, guys, to our friends out there on X, formerly known as Twitter, if you're out there watching, give us a shout. We love to hear from our friends over there on X. Whoops. Let's try that one again. Twang! His bolt goes flying back, and he just shrugs and is digging in his case for another bolt. So let's see, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. First arrow misses. Second arrow hits. That becomes a 15. Yeah, that even gets you with protection from evil. Third arrow misses. Fourth arrow misses. So you take 6 points of damage. These guys are on fire tonight. Sorry about that, Dooms.
Well, they're about to be on fire.
Tim, set 2 of them on fire, would you? So you are 6th level?
Yes, sir.
6th level. 6d6. Good
30.
God. Yeah, I'm not going to bother rolling saves because, 2 gnolls fry and die. Crack-a-thoom.
Okay, I've taken out 3. I'm out of spells without rest, so I'm going back down the ladder next time, so whatever.
Okay. 1 is shooting arrows. He is again firing at, and that misses. That prangs off your shield quite nicely there, Durek. So let's see. Holder, have you moved back, kind of like ushering the dude along? Have you guys moved back to the hatch?
Yes, that was dude's
Okay.
main thing was to get to the hatch and get out.
All right. Then if Holder is covering you, as it were, then both of you guys would have moved back there, and Paul is leaning out of the way as you guys climb down. Elminar will be moving there in this round. Dooms, how about Durek?
Yeah, it appears there's very little I can do in this scenario, except leave with my companions.
Okay, so you're going to be moving back 60 feet in this round. The gnolls that are coming up to back up this fellow will not be arriving this round, so he will only get shots at you. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. I think at this point we are. Todd, do you have the die roller link?
I certainly do, sir.
All right, give us a D6 initiative roll, my friend. I got a 3. I think that this is the first time I've rolled lower than. No, I got a 3 earlier. Party got a 3, so this is happening simultaneously. I will throw a couple of arrows at Dooms as he retreats across the roof. You are struck again. For 1 this time. And you all make it to the hatch and begin to move down in good order. Rory, that was not Zeus. Zeus is in the other room, but for those of you who are curious, Zeus is doing a lot better. Thank you all very much for your ongoing concern about our little 4-footed member of the Delver's Dungeon crew. He's back up to his sprightly, elderly puppy self, and that's what
It
we
might have
want.
been mine. She was around here somewhere for a minute ago.
Ah, could have been. Tim has a lovely dog. What breed is she?
Jack Russell Terrier.
Jack. That's right, Jack Russell. All right, and we have just in time to roll up a new character. No, I'm kidding. D and Disability Holder, you and the dude have made it down the ladder. You being followed by Elminar, and the last person coming down is Durek. So, one last initiative roll, and it falls to you, if you would please, Thane Kyle. All right, you guys make it down before any more arrows come thudding on you. As you are heading down, In the distance, you can hear the clang of some kind of a bell or, iron triangle or something like that being rung. You are back down inside of the not the steading. I play G1 and I've been playing G1 with my Monday night group of the stockade. So I'm gonna set things up a little bit better for you guys, so we kind of maybe got a little bit better, more intuitive view. So give me just a moment to do that.
Word. I'm going to kill my internet service provider. Ever since that elementary school was put in, like, not even a block.
The Department of Education is coming for you. They appear to have cut off your audio.
Every
that
so
audio codec is hammering his bandwidth.
God. Every so often, it just, like, my internet gets, like, totally wrecked since the school came in. Man.
I actually get. I'm pretty good. I have 1 gig. I have gigabit, so you're pretty good around here.
Mine's normally very fine. Like, it's typically very stable, but then every so often it'll just, like what you have happen tonight, where it just, I'll be full strength and then it drops to 1 bar or drops to no bars and then just comes right back.
Even running a speed test while you're talking, I'm getting 704 down and 490 up, and there's probably 3 HD TVs on in this house.
So guys, I have a crazy plan to get out of here.
You already had a crazy plan, and it worked out very poorly, I must say.
Hey, nobody died. Nobody died, sir. Nobody died.
You set him up first.
Yeah, you're the one that said I had to go first, mister.
You see what I can do there? I can do nothing. I am not a thief, sir.
So my idea is simple. If we give the dog people more things to worry about than us, it should be easier for us to engage them and avoid them. So I say we start setting stuff on fire.
Well, I may as well. How about we start with you, because we have alerted the entire complex now.
I was doing just fine. They were loving the show. The first act they loved. Rave reviews. They were loving it.
Well, now our best bet is to find a place to hole up and rest, for the entire fortress will come bearing down upon us, and we shall slay them all. There is no doubt about that. I trust my God.
You go back to that storeroom and hide.
So.
I don't know if that storeroom is going to be the safest place for us, frankly, with how those encounters were going.
One of the barracks rooms, maybe. I mean, that's really the only other
I think
option.
Holder makes a very good point. There is a place where one of the stewards of this place had his office, and it's very close to the egress from this level into the next. Perhaps we should make haste all the way through the complex, as close to the entrance into the underground as we can, fortify there, and it hopefully puts some distance between us and them while making it closer to our ultimate destination.
Well, I will be right behind whoever has the thickest armor.
As long as
Go ahead.
I think we have a plan, Bill.
Okay.
Yeah. I think what we want to do is get out of here, backtrack, go back south, make our way through toward where you make your entrance to the lower level. And you remember that guy? He was on the left wall. His door was before we met that halfling. The guy who was like took the money.
The crazy guy.
And stuff like that.
Yes.
He had Yeah, yeah, he was one of our enemies, but that puts us deep into the complex, and I feel like we can hole up there, but we have
Yeah,
to make
yeah,
haste to get there.
yeah, not the crazy guy. Not the crazy guy, Tim. The this guy, yeah, this guy. I know exactly who Junes was talking about now. We basically
Right.
like bullied the shit out of him.
Yeah, yeah, and then right after that, we got into that room where all hell broke loose, and we found the halfling, and then we got into that room where all hell broke loose. So he's the guy like across the hallway, and he was like the I don't know, the liaison between merchants and the slavers or something. What did he have? He had something cool, and he was rich and all that, and it was a fairly decent sized room.
Indeed. And hello to Paint Minis Live. Thank you for stopping in to say
Oh,
hi.
that was
check-
across that was across the hall from that drunk orc that gave us like hell in a handbasket because we couldn't hit him.
Yeah, it was right up in that area.
That was a great
'cause
fight.
yeah, outside of that room, I think to the right side was where we found that trapped halfling, and then as soon as we went around the corner in the passageway, on the right hand side was where we found that guy standing in the fire or whatever, and those three guys behind that table. So it's the room immediately before. The one I'm thinking of is the room immediately before you would round that corner, if memory serves, and meet those guys. The main boss fight, because I think right after that is where we can go down. So if we can rest there, at least we're close. It puts us away from the guys on the roof, because as far as I know, they can either come through the front gate or they can come down through that hidden secret door. But those are their only ways into the place, so it buys us time too. And we might as well be, out of the frying pan and into the fire.
All right, so I think I follow what y'all's plan is. But you know what they say? Plans are what people make, while God is making other plans, or something like that. I don't know exactly how that goes. Somebody will have to check me on that. What is your marching order? Oh, and I feel almost embarrassed to ask you this, Todd, but what race is your character?
Oh, he is a dashing, debonair human.
Human. Okay. It's all part of that acting ability that made the party think you were an elf when you.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, you whipped off those candle wax pointed ears you had and said, "Ha ha!" Once you realized that you were among friends and that the gnolls and the other guards were not going to be were no longer going to be looking for an elf, you just popped those off and tucked them back in your pocket. Okay. So what is your marching order? Am I guessing that Paul and Dirk are in front?
Well, I was thinking that, but directly in front of us would be Don Drexel, if that's okay.
Okay,
we'd
that's
be
fine.
right behind him. But
Like
he's more
directly,
just
like you guys
small.
are like almost a vanguard triangle kind of shape.
Yeah, he's like the tip of the spear, right?
Okay.
Because he's gonna have. I'll just fall in a hole or something, and he's at least got a chance.
Okay.
Because we want to move quick, right? I mean, if that's cool with everybody.
All right, and then our second. Well, there's three of you left, so our second rank, Holder, Elminar, and the dude.
I vote yes.
Or Tim, do you want to make up a third rank by yourself in the back? It's up to you guys. I'm not.
I'd kind of like to be in the middle because I have
Okay.
no armor, no spells. I have a dagger, and I'm wounded. So
That's fine.
I think we slapped the dude in the back. To be honest with you,
All right.
so we could trust him.
That's where he wants to be. I'm sure that's where I'd want to be in his situation.
Okay.
I'm
So
going to be surrounded by meat shields.
3, 2, 1. All right. So you guys are like a reverse triangle. Gotcha. Okay. Well, let's go to the table cam, and hopefully this captures everything.
We're
Dirk-
D8 shaped.
I got to hand it to you. That it could be the nerdiest description I've ever heard.
It's true. We are. We are in a diamond formation. That's it.
Absolutely not arguing. I'm just saying it was the nerdiest description I've ever heard.
Well, what is the name of
I meant it as a compliment. It's
Ha. All right. Apparently my table cam is playing up again because that is not the correct. Let me.
I'm just going to blame your cat and say the cat did it.
Do you know what? I'll go with that. Let me pop over to controls real quick because that is not what you guys are supposed to be seeing at all.
The invisible horse is back.
Oh
and
no!
He's after blood.
Oh no! All right, let's try some zoom.
I'm frankly amazed my internet just dipped and then came back.
I think we lost it altogether now. Yeah, that
Black screen of death.
yes.
Somebody cast a darkness spell.
BSOD. All right, so we'll go to this then. We'll hop back over to our tripod cam. All right. Kevin opens the door.
Wow. Ontario cutting the power all the way in Florida. That's impressive.
Oh yeah, he nailed it. This is exactly what I was talking about.
All right, so we got to go hide in one of these rooms, right?
Yeah.
Let's pick the room that has the best acoustics so I can practice my singing.
He already put us in that room, I think, right? 'Cause I'm pretty certain that our minis are in the room that I was talking about. Oh, but this is the same. I mean, whatever.
Let's use our fancy cam 3 on this. There we go. All right, so the door is opened. And on the other side of it, there are two ogres waiting. Don Drexel has a high enough dex that he is probably not going to be surprised by them, but let's go ahead and check that. Don Drexel is not surprised by the ogres. One of them leans in, his yellow teeth glinting there in the light, and says, "Right, the big bosses have had it with you lot coming in here, fucking around and messing up our business. Time to pay the fiddler, little man."
Sticks to snake.
Sticks to snake. Okay. So they go from playing lady to playing in the still of the night. And if you got that, you should probably schedule a checkup with your doctor because you're old. Hey, Ardu, good to see you. Welcome to the show. All right, so two ogres. We have Holder casting Sticks to Snakes. Durek, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, as long as I'm not going to be blocking the exit, I'd like to engage.
Oh yeah. You guys, you can fight 3 across in the doorway. And Paul sighs, throws down his mini crossbow, draws his sword. And how about the dude? What is the dude doing? The dude is in the back.
The dude is going to take this time and earn his keep as a thief, and he's going to begin meticulously looking for any secret passages.
Okay. Well, there's one in the roof over in the garden room. All right. Tim, how about Elminar? Has he got anything he wishes to try?
I have nothing that is of any use here at this point, so I'm going to stay out of the way.
Okay. Then let's roll initiative because I know what the ogres are about to do. And I think we were over to you, Tim. D6, please.
Best I can do here is pretty much offer a meat shield, but with no armor. So
I got a 6.
4.
Party got a 4. Okay. Ogre attacks Paul. 17.
Just keep next to me, Elminar. It'll be all right.
All right.
Normally, I'm all about peace, love, and plants, but
I have a dagger, but that's not going to be much help here.
Darts. That's
I can give you a snake to throw at him. How about that?
Make it a
How
giant
good your-
spider, and we have a deal.
How good your aim?
Yeah.
All right. Paul is struck, but it is a glancing blow. He is already kind of getting back to his feet and swinging at... Actually, just a moment. Paul's in proximity to you. That's 4. That becomes 17.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
paladin.
that's still got him. Still got him. And this blow is aimed at 1, 2, 3. This is going to Dirk. 4, 5, 6. It is going to Don Drexel. This is going at you, Dirk. That is a miss. How many segments is Sticks to Snakes, please?
Oh, well, we're going last anyway, right? So, but casting
yeah.
time, yeah. So it doesn't matter. Casting time is 7 segments.
Okay, yeah. So that will basically go off at the end of the round. So melee attacks, please. Dooms, go ahead and roll for yourself. Six, 7, 8. That will miss. Let's see. Tim, why don't you go ahead and roll a d20 for Paul, since you are otherwise sitting there.
As soon as I find it in my... There it is.
I
am
okay.
utterly useless here.
Paul was kind of knocked off. All right, so Sticks to Snakes.
I'm going to start rolling.
Okay.
I'm going to cast 7 of them. I get 7 snakes. So
Okay.
no. I'm looking for a 35%. No. So that was 4.
That was 4.
That's 5. Oh, 1 is venomous.
Okay.
And last one. Two of them are venomous. So I'm going to say 1 venomous each on one of them. And then the rest, 3 on one, 2 on the other, and call it good.
Okay, so each is getting a venomous, 3 on one, 2 on the other. Okay,
Bravo.
Here we go. Sticks to Snakes. And you are essentially right on top of them. So as far as movement, it ain't even a thing, man.
Yep. Pull out a bundle of twigs and go catch.
Yeah. All right, so let's check ye old monster mill. You know what? I'm gonna start rolling some to it. So they are constrictors if they're not venomous, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so here we go.
I'm going to start carrying a Vasquez with me.
Let's do the venomous first. 11, that may get him. That definitely gets that one. Yeah, that absolutely gets him. The other venomous snake actually did not, so that ogre makes his saving throw versus poison, but he still takes a point of damage. Now for the constrictors. Because it may not avail them at all if they are stuck. Don Drexel who is fighting up front, kind of quips, "Well, I could do something that would kill the ogres, but it would kill us too." All right, so snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
I could see one of the ogres turning and saying, "There's snakes in the mother effing dungeon."
Snakes in a dungeon. All right,
It's a
so
very old movie to reference that I don't think anybody's seen recently.
Sure.
But it's Samuel Jackson, so it works.
All right. So 2 on one of them. All right, so he grabs the ogre in his coils. And let me try that. And constricts him for 7 points of damage. The others. Come on now. 1, 2. One of them hits. And constricts for 4 points of damage. All right, the snakes are going to continue snaking. So, oh wait, some varieties. Let's see. Roll a d6 for me if you would. Roll it twice. Roll it once and then once again. On a 1, you have the horrifically venomous snakes. So the first one is not. The second one is not. Okay, these are your bog standard venomous snakes that don't do damage even though their venom doesn't kill. Okay. Counterattacks if you... Or, wait, no, you guys want initiative. I didn't roll for Don Drexel, though. He was just getting warmed up. He stabs an ogre. It is large.
I think you got to let disability back in, man.
Oh. There we go. Sorry, I had too many windows open there, my friend.
It's okay.
Yeah, Don Drexel puts 3 feet of steel through this thing. It did not like that. It bellows in pain and anger. Gentlemen, what are your intentions? Doom's Dirt going to continue to fight?
Yes.
Paul is going to continue to fight. Tim Elminar throwing a dagger, or is he just staying out of the way?
I'm just staying out of the way, man.
Understood.
I'm tired of casting and bleeding.
The dude is still
doors in
searching
here.
for. Yeah, the dude is convinced that there's a secret passage somewhere.
Somewhere in this room there has to be a secret passage. Okay. Holder, you still ordering your snakes about?
I'm going to scream, "Oh my God, what have I done? What have I done?" And I'm going to proceed to throw up in the dude's helmet. And
well, he's a thief. He doesn't have one. Do you want to just throw up on his head?
that's fine.
Okay.
And otherwise, I'm going to cast Cure Light Wounds on our companion, the men at arms.
Paul.
Paul.
Okay. Let's roll initiative, and I think it is your turn, Tonka. Please give us a d6.
And survey says, "Roll, baby." Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Okay, party goes first. Go ahead and make your attack, Dooms. That's going to miss. Dooms, go ahead and roll for Kevin's character, please. Go ahead and roll for him.
Yeah, I think it's a scimitar +3.
Yeah, it's
I don't
obscenely
know about
powerful.
any other bonuses.
5,
Yeah,
6,
but
7,
that's-
8 is unfortunately not gonna get it though. Tim, you wanna roll for Paul?
Sure, why not? I can't do any worse than I did last time.
That's very true.
I literally cannot do any worse than I did last time.
You can do way better and hit. That is a hit. This is versus large. This is going to be like +2. So this is going to be a D12 +2.
Find my D12 on this silly thing. All right, I don't seem to have a D12. No, there it is. Sorry.
That's okay. All right, so he absolutely hated that. And Ogre counterattacks. Durek, that you are armor class 2. That will still get you for 6. This one, 1, 2, 3. It is going to be. Actually, no. He's pretty pissed at Don Drexel. Because Don Drexel did him some damage, and he misses completely. Cure Light Wounds to Paul. Do you want to go ahead and roll that there, TK?
Do. And 6. My
6,
dice
okay.
finally don't hate Paul.
Yeah, point. The arrow he got shot with earlier just kind of pops out and clatters on the floor. I appreciate that more than you will know, my friend.
Your helmet's next.
All right. He quickly reaches into a side pouch and hands you a helmet.
That's fine.
It looks like the helmets the hobgoblins were wearing. So, I suspected you might be a little, so I stocked up. All right. In the new round, I'm guessing everybody's doing the same stuff.
Do my snakes get their attack rolls?
Oh yes, I'm sorry, I forgot. Your snakes roll.
I know there's 7 of them. It's a pain in the butt.
Yeah. So do your 2 venomous ones first.
Come on, big money, no whammies, no whammies.
I'll roll. One's a 14, the other's
14,
a 2.
That will hit, and because if I look at it like this, it's on the left, so it's the ogre on the north side of the camera. So he needs to make a saving throw versus poison. He does not. He falls to his knees and begins to choke as his tongue starts to swell up, and the snakes are kind of crawling all over him, and it looks like the cover to a 90s death metal album. The other one is missed, but you may now roll constricting attacks on him.
Can my 5 constrictors converge on him?
The other 2 will have to crawl out from under and over the one, so he's just going to get the 2 for now. Okay,
that's fine. I just figured I'd ask. So he gets the 3.
The 3. I'm sorry, the 3.
Okay, that's fine. 13 might hit.
13 will hit. That's 2d4. Wow. Okay, yeah, he's being crushed for another 7. He did not like that at all. Melee from everybody in the next round.
Well, not me, but yes.
Right. Those what melee? The Mad Midnight Melayers, what melee at midnight. And I think initiative-wise, are we...
My roll, I think.
Your roll, yes, please, initiative.
I'll try to stab the remaining one with a dagger this time because we
Okay.
seem to have some D20 issues.
All right.
Nice. Also nice.
Also nice. Party goes first.
God.
Dooms, do your thing. That is a hit, sir. This is a large creature, sir. So you're doing a D12.
Plus math.
6.
All right, so 6. Dooms, go ahead and roll for Don Drexel, please. 10 becomes 13 from a thiefly type versus that armor class. Let's see.
Does it become 14 from protection from evil? Or no?
No, Prot from evil doesn't do that. However,
I could have
He's
prayed.
in that second thief matrix. He's improved.
Yeah, that just misses, though. If it had been a 14, it would have gotten him. Tim, go ahead and roll for Paul. 10, that will miss from Paul, but you can lean in there and try and stab with your dagger. That will miss. The dude, you are still not finding any secret doors.
Get in the fight, dude.
It's
uncool, dude.
Snake attacks, please.
All right, well, let's start with the venomous one. That's a no.
That's a no. Well, all of them are now on him, so you can make a second venomous attack on him, too. As they moved in the last round, as you ordered them to do, and so.
I think he's dropping out again.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and roll for the remaining snakes. The second venomous missed, and it may not matter. Come on. Show me the money. Roll the dice. There we go. All right. I got an 18, couple of ones.
Got a 13.
I think that's either a 13 or 14. Nope, that is okay. All right. He'll be back. Just in time to watch one of his snakes wrap around the ogre's neck and choke the life out of it.
Just like an ex-wife.
Everything okay at home?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm just teasing you, brother. All right. So, all right. That ends the ogres. Do you guys wish to loot the bodies before you move on?
Unless the thief has already looted the bodies, I think we should.
Yeah.
He's still in the back of the room saying, well, what are you doing back there? You do know that the ogres are dead, but everyone else seems to be getting to some body looting before you can.
Well, go ahead and loot. I've been watching your six. There's been some shady shadows back here, but I've kept them at bay. You guys are welcome.
Well, thank you, sir. We kindly appreciate your guarding us from the shadows.
Okay. All right. I don't know if you.
They're all dead, right?
They're all dead. Yes. All right. And as far as treasure, let's see. You scrape up 100 gold pieces from them, between them. One had 33,
Nice.
The other had 67. So there's 100 gold pieces. Now, is the party going to force march over to the abandoned dungeon section? Was that the plan?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the best bet.
Okay.
I don't think it's much of a forced march, though.
Okay.
It's not like we're really exhausted.
Technically, you're exhausted after every combat, according to the DMG.
Yes, you what is it? 1 turn in 6 must be spent resting.
Yep.
So should we hide the body of these orcs? I mean, we don't want some wayward patrol finding a trail of dead bodies and leading them to us.
They're ogres, and they're like 1 1/4 Shaquille O'Neal's tall. Not that you guys as a whole cannot pick them up and move them. I'm just letting you know that they are huge.
Dude, if you would stop averting your gaze from the slaughter, you would realize, or you will come to realize on your own, that this place is full of the corpses of our fallen, wicked enemies. You'll get used to it.
So can we weaken at Bernie's at the end?
You can do whatever you want, because I already grow tired of your
I
foolishness.
think they're a little too large for that. We need to run and hide for the while.
I'll
Okay.
I'll leave my snakes here for the time being, just to dissuade anyone from coming this way. Well, actually, in fact, I'll send them down the main hall.
Okay. So you guys are headed over to the west, to the western wing, where you had met the madman during your last sojourn. Just want to make sure I'm reading you right. Correct, Dooms?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm not interested in the madman's area. I'm more interested in, let's just say none of this happened and we were just going to the lower level. One of the rooms right before the lower level, because it's been several sessions and we haven't even made it to the lower level. So
I
around the
see. I
corner
see.
from
Okay, so
the
you're
lower
going
level room-
south, not west.
Yes, I want to go south, and then we'll make a right and go through that.
Okay.
Morass of passageways or whatever.
All
back
right.
To the
That wasn't
we met
the
those
area
guys
with-
wrestling or something like that. Past that.
That wasn't the area
Right.
with the pit trap, was it?
I don't recall a pit trap there, but basically we would have to. So now that I'm remembering a little better, we'd have to go through the arena with the cloaker, hang a right, and then go deeper into the place, right to where we met right before where we met the guy that was standing in the fire and stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
So
the guy with
basically, you guys want to work your way back to the central chamber. Is that it?
Yeah, if that's so somewhere in there is the door that opens up to the passageway leading down, correct? We want to be close to that in a fortifiable position, and we want to get there as quickly as possible.
Yeah, you're right. Because there was like a watering room or a cask room or whatever there that we could hold up at
Right.
night. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
and
only
there
had
there
one
was
entrance.
there was a specific boss somewhere in there in like a 30-foot by 30-foot room right around the corner, and I figured that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that puts space between us and the dudes coming off the roof or anybody else coming in here, you know?
All right. Well, I will I will get the setup for that section of map, because I believe I know just what you're talking about, and give everyone a view of it. So hang on a second. Although I do have a question. Did the party take the crazy old man with them when they rescued the slaves? Yes, they did. Yes, they did. He was freed. He was liberated with the previous slaves. So pardon me just a moment, guys.
Took the girl and her
Thank you.
kid too, or young boy or whoever he was. Yeah. We took them. We took a bunch of the catatonic slaves. A lot escaped, even though, like, as an example, I didn't.
It happens.
At least it wasn't giant weasels.
That was the worst, man. That's when Brood bit it and stuff like that. But those things, you know, I really feel like Gary had a real problem. The giant weasel, it just doesn't make sense, right? So they do a certain amount of damage. They suck blood, you know, but it just doesn't make sense.
To me, it's just one solo to 5th level ranger. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a
well, that could easily happen as written, right? I mean, it took out my 6th level fighter and your ranger at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, the idea is that they hop on, bite onto you, and then suck
just bleed.
Blood.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's like, well, okay, I get the thirst for blood and all that, but
the bleed damage is too high.
They're not huge, right?
Yeah, the bleed damage is just too high. For automatic damage that requires no roll, no save, no way to get them off. Because that's the problem if ruled as written, there's no way to get them off until they're dead. And
right, exactly.
And that's the one thing I typically change as a DM when I run them, is if you want to spend your round trying to, you grab it by the muzzle and you try and pry it off, right? You can do so. It's the one rule I change. Because it still costs you your action, right? You're still not, you're...
Oh, no.
A little bit too much talking.
Did I drop again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Son of a-
momentarily.
I'm going to kill my internet provider. Oh.
Well, I'm glad the NSA heard that. Yeah.
Right?
I'd like to say to the 4 federal agencies that are listening right now, he did not mean it when he said he was going to kill them. That's figuratively speaking.
Well, I mean,
I'd also like to say that I do not know him. Together, I heard Matt Mercer was DMing, and I was like, hey.
And I'm just going to tell you, Dean, disability, shotguns, no ballistics, they can't trace it. It's a little messy, but it's okay.
right.
And I would like to say hi to Carl and Dave, 2 of the federal officers listening in. Hi, guys.
They're the guys that watch through my, they're the guys that watch through my camera every day whenever I'm on my laptop.
It's always
You know?
Carl. It's always Carl watching, every time.
Like,
I think Carl's taking over his audio feed right there.
right?
So, Paladin, have you ever thought of using dice in a game of chance of spreading the message of your god?
There's no chance. It is all divinity.
Well, see, there's a game played by heathens all over the land, and this game is called Craps. And I think if I taught you this game, you could then take this game and use it to minister to the poor lost souls in the back alleys.
They are not mine to save.
All right,
Purpose of
gentlemen.
them is that if he places me in their path, then save that shall be, provided he wills it.
Despite my hopes and dreams, you do not encounter any patrols when you make your way back to the water room. Are you going all the way down the hall into the cistern itself, or just staying in the upper room with the buckets and the barrels and whatnot?
Right. I think just staying in the upper room with the buckets and the barrels and whatnot.
Okay. Well, that is where you find yourselves. I hope you appreciate that I am using literally one of the oldest painted miniatures that I have that was done by me to represent your character, Tonka. Yes, he's wearing a turban. At any rate, so that is where you find yourselves. Hold up. You do not run into any patrols along the way. And hey, you've got fresh water, and you can take a moment and relax. The Undertaler 587 asks, is the stream archive? Yes, if you go to my channel and you click on the live tab, the live is how I do most of my YouTube stuff. I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos under live. Every night's show is archived unless for some reason I ever decide I don't want it to be. So you can feel free to click over there and watch them all.
That's right. That's right. Bill prides himself in no script, very little plan.
Yep.
I'm just messing with you, Bill.
I put the same amount of talent that I put into my preparation. So, and from that
Hey,
you
but
may
5
draw.
days a week, man. There's something to say for that.
No, you do it a lot. You do a lot for the community. I think it's great.
I try. Thank you very, very much. And thank you, not just to my players, but to my audience for your wonderful interactions tonight. I want to thank Yang Yan Zhao for that lovely super chat. I always appreciate that. What will happen to these adventurers? Will they be discovered in their hiding place yet again by gnolls or hobgoblins, or worse? Or will they be able to finally penetrate the lower levels of the Slaver's Stockade and find out what nefarious plans that the Slavers have made for the poor innocents that they have kidnapped? So thank you very much to our adventurers tonight. I really appreciate it. It was a pleasure to see you all again. As for me, I will be back tomorrow night, not Thursday night. I have a little something to take care of on Thursday night. But you can be sure that even if I am not here, that I will have certain agents keeping an eye on you lot. So you all better behave, because yes, indeed, there absolutely 100% is an owl bear waiting for you all. Good night. God bless. I'll see you next time. Peace.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere, in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around, some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle, way off course? Naked as a toad, all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.